Hello and welcome to Fortress, Alaska. I'm your host Dave, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Lyman AccuSight sight pushing tool for handguns. And this can be used to either remove sights and put new ones on, or what I use it for is simply to adjust the sights. I let a professional gunsmith actually fit the sight to the gun, because there is some usual fitting that needs to go on. And I prefer someone who really knows what they're doing do it rather than me. But anyway, so it's relatively simple. We're going to have help from Mr. Pininfarina here for pointing. You use these knobs on all four to hold it in place, to hold the slide left, right. Then you put the top on to hold it in place and down and steady in the right elevation for pushing the sight. The handle here has got a 3/8 drive on it, so if you need to use a wrench, you can. However, I think if you need a wrench, something is wrong, because you got a lot of power turning this in the threads. If you look closely in here, these threads are very fine, so you got a lot of torque you can put on this thing just to move it just a little bit. So, and then this plate here is what sits on the top. I guess you'd have to have a really narrow slide to fit in there. My slide would never fit in there. I don't think I have a gun that slide would fit in there, so I just put the flats out, so I'm putting the flats right on top of the slide. So the way this works is you take your slide, and I tape mine off to protect the finish. I would recommend that. If you don't worry about your finish, then don't worry about it. Now, one other thing I want to note before I do this is this notch down here is for the dust cover here. So if you're doing your front sight, your dust cover can sit down inside there. The process is the same front and back, and I have this taped off for the back, so that's what we'll show. So you set it down, and you get it basically centered. Now, the instructions say to, when you're doing the rear sight, to push it all the way to one end and go all in one direction. I don't like doing that. I find it better just to get it straight on the tool and then adjust there. You don't want to turn these tight, because you don't want to crush your slide in. So you just want to get snug. It just has to be held so it's not moving left or right. So a little bit of finger tight and you're fine. You want to get it equal distance on both sides, so you know you're moving straight. You place this down on top. Now, for this particular pistol, you have to have that centerpiece fully retracted to adjust the slide. So that's what it is. I knew that in advance. And you put these down, once again, just finger tight. You don't want to overdo anything. You're just holding it in place. Now, here you can see the tool that turns. So when you turn this, it moves to towards the rear sight, and then we'll push it. And if you notice, this bottom part here is just above the top of the slide, so this is about as far down as it can go. I wish it would had a little more adjustment to it, so that I could bring it down too low if I wanted. For like when I'm first putting it on, I could be pushing right up against the whole side of that sight. But it is what it is, and it is good for adjusting the sights, and that's all I use it for. So now, the nice thing about the Lyman tool is it is all made in America, so you can buy American when you're getting it. The finish of it is good. The orangish yellow part seems to be some type of aluminum. All the bolts and nuts are obviously steel, and you can feel that in the weight. So it is a solid tool. It will outlast you and your guns. I don't think you could change enough sights to wear this out. Now, it does come with two of these, one standard squared off sides, which I have, or you can install on it the one meant for Glock sights, which also comes in the box. But I don't own a single Glock pistol, so I have this one on, and this is the one that will probably be on here forever. But it does come with the tool. If you have a Glock sight, or if you have a gun with angled sights, you can use it for the Glocks. Anyways, so that's it. Once again, this is the Lyman AccuSight, made in the USA. It's a quality tool. It worked perfectly for me. I was able to move my sight as little as about 15 thousandths of an inch, and I could detect the movement. Getting down below 10 thousandths and being able to tell that you moved it is difficult. You'd be surprised how accurate this thing actually is, that I'm working in thousandths. So I think it's done a very good job. I like it, and I will probably be using it more often as I have more sights changed out as I'm adjusting to much better than factory sights in most of my guns. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe. Please share if you can, and if you like. Check out my Facebook page. It mentions upcoming projects. And also I have a Patreon account, up to you. Anyways, once again, have a nice day and get out and go shooting.